buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today Sapphire had hit me up like a while ago and was like, hey, I've got a new channel. I'm not with Snarled anymore. I'm doing these animations. Please check it out. I'm totally paraphrasing. That's not the exact wording of it, but the gist of it. At the time, I was going to check it out, but then I was in like a 3-week camp and all this other stuff. But here we are today. This is Beware of Kuchisake Onna, Stories with Sapphire, Animated Scary Story Time by Sapphire Sandalo. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
Hey, it's your Ate Sapphire.
Hello.
Did you miss me? Welcome to Stories with Sapphire.
Hair.
I've been doing the show as a podcast for the last year. It focuses on real
Anchor.
paranormal stories and dives into spirituality. But every other week here on this channel, I'll also be sharing stories that lean more towards fiction. Although sometimes the lines between fiction and reality are blurred. If you like what you see and would like to support this independently run show so I can create more videos, consider becoming a member of my Patreon. You'll find the link in the description below. And now,
all right,
it's story time.
I love her animation style's cute. She did not include, before anyone asks, I don't know what happened and why she left or any of that. That information was not in there. And I didn't ask. It's fine. Okay, I like the little intro. Beware of Kuchisake Onna by Sapphire Sandalo.
It was around 2 a.m. in a small apartment near the University of Tokyo when Aiko was video chatting with her boyfriend, Riku. Her roommate Hinata burst out of her room with a giant rolling suitcase behind her and a bulging backpack around her shoulder.
Oh, she leaving?
Aiko shot her a confused glance and asked what all the bags were for. I'm heading to my mom's in Kawasaki for a while.
Oh, okay.
I told you that. What? No, you can't be traveling right now. Haven't you been watching the numbers? COVID cases are the highest they've ever been. You absolutely can't leave. Whoa, you need to calm down. Me and Riku haven't seen each other in weeks, and we're 10 minutes away. But you don't see us complaining about it, do you?
Oh, dear.
Hey, Hinata. Riku's voice echoed from Aiko's laptop. This is for our own safety.
Yeah, that is true.
Hinata looked away for a moment. My mom's, she's not getting any younger. If something were to happen to her and I wasn't there, she trailed off and looked away.
I understand.
Aiko exhaled deeply and apologized.
Yeah.
Hinata reassured her that she had plenty of hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, and that the trains would probably be pretty empty. I'll be fine,
and wear
I
masks
promise.
the whole time.
I'll see you once everything calms down a bit. Hinata hobbled through the living room with her bags. Just as she reached for the door, Aiko added, "Oh, and beware of Kuchisake Onna."
What?
Hinata turned to her.
Why don't you just throw that out?
Sighed. Really, Aiko? God, you're so immature sometimes. Just let her leave.
Yeah.
Wait, Kuchisake Onna? That's like some super old urban legend, right? So you know the story then. Ignore her,
right
Hinata.
now?
After what happened to Naomi, Hinata needs to know. Naomi was not killed by Kuchisake Onna. It was a total freak accident. She was... If you're going to be traveling alone right now, you need to know the story of Kuchisake Onna. Okay. A long time ago, in the Heian period, lived a samurai and his beautiful wife.
Why would you tell this story to somebody who leaving because they're afraid their parents won't be here any longer? Because of COVID, you're going to go check them out and they're going to go check them out, make sure they're good. And your idea is like, hey, let me tell them this scary freaking story about somebody that murdered or that this, urban legend right now. Can this wait, please? Can I go to my trip and see if my family's okay, please?
In fact, that anyone who saw her couldn't help but stare at her enchanting brown eyes, her smooth skin, and flowing ebony hair.
She looks like...
She would walk around town
The Ring?
And coyly ask those who stared, "Am I pretty?" while fluttering her lashes flirtatiously.
So
she loved the attention,
somebody asks you.
But her husband did not. She would reassure him that it was all completely harmless. Aren't you proud to have such a beautiful and desirable wife?
It's always a problem when they're asking
Her
a lot of people.
husband did his best to subside his jealousy, but one day he discovered that she was a liar and that she was being unfaithful to him, just as he had suspected. So one day, when she was brushing her hair, he snuck up behind her and grabbed her head. He drew a knife and dragged the blade across her mouth from cheek to cheek.
Oh my gosh.
Leaving her with a horrendous gaping wound.
Oh my gosh.
A permanent red smile.
Oh my
Who will
goodness.
think you're pretty now? He said.
Oh dear.
She ran out of the house in tears. Everyone stared at her, but this time in disgust.
Oh gosh.
She pleaded for their help, but no
to...
one would come near her.
To help
her? She ran far away from her village until she could run no longer. She laid on the ground by the river, blood flowing from her mouth.
No one was like, hey, let me help her?
The water next to her. This is where she died.
Oh goodness.
Completely alone. After her death, there were rumors that she had returned to the village, but as a vengeful ghost. They called her Kuchisake Onna.
There's one thing though, because I know there are a lot of urban legends in regards to, with people. Okay, that was weird. Hubby just popped his head in. There are a lot of Japanese urban legends about people who die and become vengeful spirits and things like that. So it's weird that in this story, people were not like, hey, let me help her. Let me, instead of being superstitious, using that superstition, be like, let me help her, because if she dies, then I'm going to be okay. Unless the superstition they had was that if she dies and they touch her, that's going to be cling to them. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think, what your theories are.
The slit-mouthed woman. Villagers claim to see her wounded face in the streets at night when they were completely alone.
Aye.
Well, those who were lucky enough to get away in time.
Oh dear.
Centuries later, people still report seeing Kuchisake Onna. They say that she blends into the crowds wearing a trench coat and a surgical mask to hide her twisted grin. She targets those who are alone. She will approach you and ask you a question. Am I pretty? If you answer yes, she will remove her mask and reveal her disfigured face and ask you again. Am I pretty now?
Oh dear.
And if you don't answer yes again, she will... Oh crap, I'm gonna be late for my train.
Okay.
Hinata interrupted Aiko's story and made her way toward the door.
You gotta go.
Aiko called after her, but Hinata was already gone.
Yeah, I gotta go. Why are you like, hey, tell me the story now?
The streets were dead quiet. Hinata chuckled to herself at the thought of Kuchisake Onna being real. Just then her phone rang, causing her to skip a step. Hey, you. I thought she'd never get off the call, said Riku's voice from the phone.
Really?
I'll see you in a little bit. Not unless Kuchisake Onna gets you. She finally reached the train station.
You deserve everything that's about to come to you, okay? You deserve the fact that the boyfriend was on the phone and was like, let her leave. Oh, goodness, you're so immature. I thought it was a situation of, hey, I'm tired of my girlfriend telling jokes. But no, you was trying to get her to rush so that the friend could go stay with you. You ain't even seeing your girlfriend. You living 10 minutes away, but you gonna sleep with her friend? Heifers be heifers. Okay, they deserve what's going to happen to them.
And waited at the platform, which was completely empty, just as she expected. She boarded, took out her disinfectant wipes, and wiped down her seat before sitting down. As the train began to move, she pulled off her mask and placed it in her bag. She pulled out her phone and began playing a mobile game. At the next stop, she noticed, out of the corner of her eye, someone get on the car adjacent to hers. She looked up and saw a woman with long black hair down her back. Her trench coat collar was popped up a bit, and her surgical mask hid most of her face. Plenty of people wear trench coats, Hinata thought to herself.
Yep.
She looked back down.
She coming for you, heifer.
But she couldn't stop thinking about the woman in the next car over. She lifted her head again to look at her, and saw her pressed up against the window of the car, her dark brown eyes looking right at her. Hinata jumped in her seat. The woman opened the door and came inside. Hi, I'm so sorry. Can I ask you a question? I think I got on the wrong train, but I'm not sure. Are we going north or south? North, Hinata replied, still catching her breath from being startled.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. The woman bowed and sat down across from Hinata. Hinata pulled her phone out again. Her eyes may have been on her game, but her focus was entirely on the woman sitting across from her. I'm so sorry, the woman spoke again, leaning towards Hinata.
Here it goes.
Can I ask you another question? Of course. But what's up? Well, the woman stood up.
Oh, dear.
I'm on my way to see my boyfriend. She took a step closer.
Oh, dear.
We haven't seen each other since the lockdown, and gosh, this sounds so silly, but
oh, dear.
She took another step closer. Every muscle in Hinata's body was completely tense. How do I look? Like, do I look okay, or... The woman was a foot away from Hinata.
Oh, dear.
Silently waiting for a response.
Oh, dear.
I think you look great.
Okay.
Mask and all.
Good answer.
Oh,
Good answer.
good. Thanks.
Good answer.
I appreciate that. But
Good answer.
just to be sure,
Oh, dear.
she crouched down until she
dear.
was face to face with Hinata.
Oh,
Do
dear.
you think I'm pretty now?
Oh,
The
dear.
woman peeled the mask off her face
Oh,
to
dear.
reveal a mouth completely cut open at the sides, revealing all of her rotten teeth. The woman let out a loud and pungent breath in Hinata's face as Hinata's screams echoed inside the empty train car.
Oh, dear.
At the Tabata station, Riku was waiting at the platform.
Bet he was.
He checked the time on his phone every couple of seconds. Finally, the train arrived, and Hinata stepped out, mask on her face. She didn't say a word.
Okay.
She slowly walked over to Riku and fell into his arms.
Oh.
He removed the mask around her face
And what do you see?
and gasped.
Oh, did she get
Her
gashed?
mouth had been slit open, ear to ear. Hinata collapsed onto the ground. Riku dropped to his knees next to her and cried into her neck.
Call 911!
He heard footsteps coming from the train. A pair of black boots approached him. He looked up. The masked woman in a trench coat was standing above him.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I ask you a question?
Dear. Okay, let's practice this thing called calling 911, right? Do I think that she deserves something for being a trifling heifer? Trifling heifers be trifling heifers and deserve a little something, yes. But call it, like, at least call somebody. Don't just, no, Hinata, no. No, call 911. Be like, yo, my girl, whatever, this chick I know, because, I'm sure he doesn't want to get caught. But eventually he will get caught, because the girlfriend will be like, whoa, why was she here and not over here? Why were you there with her? Obviously she'll put two and two together. But I wonder if she told this story because she knew and she suspected what was going to happen, because she was very intense. So this kind of makes me think that the girlfriend knew that the boyfriend was stepping out on her and that he was doing it with the friend, because the fact that she was so intense at first when she's like, no, what? Are you serious? COVID numbers are so high. You see us not complaining about it. I think she knew, right? And so when she was like, you know what? I'm going to tell you this story. I got you, boo. I got you. She told this story and then, called up the, what's her name? Kuchisake Onna. And she's like, girl, she on the train. Get her. I think that's what happened, because she seemed to know what was going down. Her intensity, all that leads me to believe that she knew. And she called it out on her. Do I think she deserved to get slit like that? No. She deserves something. I think if you're cheating, you deserve something, right? And the fact that it's your friend, both sides get it, right? Both sides got to catch these hands. But yeah, I think it's more satisfactory if I'm the one, like if it were me, God forbid, that it's me doing the damage, not some ghost doing the damage. Because then you can't really control ghosts. And then what if the ghost is like, you know what? I'm not that satisfied with what I did, so I'm going to get you too. I got time for all that. Who got time for that? Not me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below. I do see a lot, like, And I don't really know a lot of the history of Snarled, right? So I don't know if Sapphire started it or if it was like a group of people together that started it, and she was the artist and she was the one that, because these are like the first episodes of Snarled. She was the narrator. The artwork is the same. The storytelling is the same or very, very, very similar. So I wonder if she decided to just do her own thing and it just got, I don't know what the story is, but I don't know if she was inspired by things that Snarled was doing and then did it, or if this is proof that she's the one that was pretty much doing a lot of the stuff, and then, I don't know what happened after that. But yes, let me know your thoughts down below. If you liked the video, check out the link in the description box below to support Sapphire. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.